Okay, we should be live. Yes, we are live. You can grab the link on YouTube now. Hello everyone,
Super.
and welcome to F3 then, as we just have a last driver joining now.
I just moved us so nobody joins the Discord channel. And hello everyone in the stream, if anyone has managed to join in yet. Very low latency on the stream as well, which is very nice. The link is here. Did you ping the Discord?
No, I haven't picked the Discord. I need to remain tabbed on. So let me get the stream chat up.
We're doing it now then.
Cool. Brilliant. 17 drivers in. Cool. Amazing. That is what we like to see. I have my phone as well, so I can check any messages on Discord of issues, etc. But we should, I say should, we should be good now. So, welcome to round 1 of GRS F2. I'm going to try not to say PCF2 because that's what I'd be used to. So this is essentially what you would have seen yesterday if you're on the stream. If not, then this is round 1 at Bahrain. It is a sprint, so big points to pick up in the first race. Adam's disconnected already. Unbelievable start from him. I can invite him back though. We should be all good. My phone needs to.
And now I am tabbed in the game as well, so that we're essentially all sorted.
Yeah, we just have
As soon as we get Adam in.
Last people connecting. 2 more and I'll swap over. Adam's back. Brilliant. F3 are the goats. Well, you have a few F3 drivers in this race, Ennis. You'll be able to see soon, as well, you may have seen earlier. So we're going to see how they can perform today as well, as we have a timer now. I'll swap over and we'll get ready to start.
We're essentially just waiting for Anson to join in, but he's on his way.
Yeah.
And the streams usually tended to be the best in F2 last season, so maybe it's just the lowest tier thing. So we'll have to see. But the first race of the season for tier 3 yesterday started out very well, in my opinion. Some great entertainment and nice battling.
Let me get all my details up.
Yes, so that is
Perfect.
what we're essentially gunning for today.
So we'll give you a quick rundown of the grid for this tier this season. So in Mercedes, we technically would only have Adam Lapage. He's not going to like me calling him that, but I'm too used to it, so I'm not changing what I do. But we have an F3 reserve of Carl McFadden in today in the Mercedes. In Red Bull, we have Maurizio. I'm going to go for a silent J and say Pagey. Pagey, I'm not sure. I'll have to maybe ask about the pronunciation of that.
Yeah, feel free to tell us so we know for upcoming races.
Yeah. Okay, I had a slight spectator glitch there when I was stuck on Harley, but it has fixed. I think I was maybe being stupid at the same time, so yeah. Anyways, he normally have a teammate of Lucas Paulos who hasn't appeared. Then there is the two Ferraris of Chris Free and Lasse Rasmussen, both on Origin as well, the two drivers in this tier who are running on Origin, interestingly enough. Then in McLaren, we have Evan Bowers, former Tier 1 driver, and Lewis Pierce, who finished second last season in F2, but can he go one better this season? We'll just have to find out, as we ride on board currently with E2 Pilkas. I don't know how to pronounce that. You'll probably be better at that than me.
I might be, yes, because of my Scandinavian origin, but Finnish names tend to be quite hard to pronounce for Swedish people as well, so I might struggle as well. And if E2 or any other driver knows how to pronounce his name, you feel free to tell us in the chat.
Yeah, and then joining him for a full Finnish Alpine team is Jedi Hivari. And
I'm pretty sure you say Hivari, but...
Hivari, okay.
Yes.
Alright, I'll go with that then. Then in Aston Martin, you can pronounce Carl's last name since she'll be an expert.
Reuterhell? Yes.
Reuterhell, okay.
Yes.
And then normally we'd have Jan Nader. Ooh! E2's gone. And that is a big crash there on the exit of turn 8.
I did not notice that he retired. Sad for the new driver who's like everyone else gunning for the first victory of the season.
Who's farthest for a lap then? Holly Davidson. That is the other Aston Martin for today, since as I was about to say, Jan Nader is not with us today in this race. So we got Harley from F3 as well to fill in for a seat. What other teams are there? Williams. So we normally have Jordan Bailey and Jack Evans. Jack again missing today's race, so we got an F3 reserve of Arjun Senapati. Then Alfa Romeo, you have former Tier 1 driver Anson Wong, being joined by a new driver and the only Xbox driver in this tier of Caleb White as Harley Davidson. Goes provisional pole on the first lap, followed by his teammate for today, Colin Chris. Free goes quickest with a 29.0. 4 tenths quicker. And one thing to note is the fastest banker lap yesterday was a 29.1, so we've already topped that, which was expected to be fair, and I think we may see even faster laps as Adam Lapidge moves up to P2, quickly displaced by Evan Bowers. And then after that, it's going to be Owen Jameson to the line, who is the slowest of the bunch. Looks like he's spun on that lap. And then Jedi Hivari goes to second with a 29.2. Followed by Carl Mack, who will be next to the line, 34.9. We know from yesterday you can go a lot quicker than that. What about Arjun? Goes fastest.
Oh, nice one from Arjun.
So the F3 driver currently goes to the top. That's a very interesting.
I think he might be faster than he was in his fastest lap in qualifying yesterday. So
I think he
great
is, yeah.
improvement from Arjun.
What about Lewis Pearson? Someone who I think everyone's expecting to perform this season. 4th place, and a very strong start for McLaren, I will say.
Yes, and Lewis tended to come alive in the races as well, so with this being a sprint race, this is a really good result for him.
Yeah, especially if he can start higher up the grid, as F3 have come into this tier and done well. P7 and P1 out of the two who have set representative lap times, as last to first challenge accepted. Yeah, fair enough, honestly. It may not be the worst thing starting last compared to starting in the midfield, as you can sort of take your time a bit on the start and avoid the carnage, which might actually prove to be beneficial. Anyways, going through the teams, I've missed out AlphaTauri because neither of them are in the lobby. We would have Roger Well Inesia, who has to drop out last minute, and Dinant, who should be joining soon. And then finally Haas with Lucas Rudd and Owen Jameson. Well, Lucas Rudd's a reserve from F3, but the other Haas is Alfie Harvey. I completely forgot about that. He's, again, not here today. So quite a few drivers missing, as we ride on board with Lasse in the Ferrari. In chat, Imtiaz, yes, tier 1 is tomorrow. You are correct. And I'm sure it'll be an interesting race to follow on from this one.
Nice line from Lasse through turn 11 there. Can he see if he can keep it tight for turn 12? He just about manages to keep it inside the track limits through the tight kink on the right, out on the last straight of the lap. Let's see how good of a last sector he manages to do and what lap time he is able to set.
We're in the final corner now. I saw a 28.5 in the middle sector, and the lap time is going to be a 30.6. Currently puts him at the bottom, but that doesn't mean that's where he's going to stay, as I've seen. So Owen Jameson did another lap, jumping to P5. Someone else also did another back-to-back run. I think it was Carmack.
Yeah, Chris Free is on an out lap, and as well as a few other drivers.
Who else have we got then? Jordan Bailey is currently flying the flag for Williams on track. His teammate from F3 currently sits on pole, which is ridiculous.
I did not expect that, although we saw some very good plays out of Arjen yesterday.
Yeah.
Jordan slightly bottoming out on the curb. Let's see how his line is for the last corner.
A bit of a lock-up, I think, there. And oh, he's fighting the car.
Oversteer.
And he goes with a 30.4 P14, but that would have cost him loads at the final corner. What about Lucas Rudd? P13 with a 29.8.
Maurizio is starting his lap right now.
Yeah. Maybe he's in the second out lap, I think, actually.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Maybe he didn't get his tyres
from the
up to
Argentine
temperature.
drivers.
On board with Cole, 2.5 temps up in the first sector. And let's see how you can do for the rest of the lap.
Apex.
Yeah, nicely there.
And some good traction as well.
Yeah, a good exit. So let's see into turn 11. And manages to get a line there. Doesn't go too wide onto the curb, which can cost you time. And keeping it nice and tight through that corner there. Half a second up. It's looking like a nice lap from the Aston Martin here. All he needs to do is just keep it in the track limits and clean through the final corner. And he's definitely going to be challenging up towards the top end as Harley Davidson jumps to third. What about Carl then? Goes P7, pretty much right in the middle of the pack. Look how many drivers we have in the low 0.4s.
And a couple of drivers in the 0.5s as well. So this is looking really good for the nice tier 2 grid here.
Chris Freeze half a second up. I think we could see a big improvement here from the Ferrari. And has a nice final corner as well. Up to the line. This is looking like a really good lap. 28.4. That is a quick time. As Anson jumps to P3 in the Alfa Romeo as well. We have a few laps flying in here. As I believe Lewis Pierce just starting his lap. What about Yedit? Also starting that lap. I think a lot of people are actually starting it off. I'm just sort of a bit behind. Arjun's 3 temps down actually. And heads to the pit lane. As I'm just having a look. Who else is out there right now? Owen Jameson, 4 temps up. And that was just in Sector 1 alone. So what can the Haas driver do? Oh, he spun there and he was 4.5 temps up with a purple middle sector as well.
Lucky there for Owen.
That was looking like a very strong lap. Definitely in the 128s. Potentially even quicker than that, as Maurizio is improving as well in the Red Bull. Currently sits P13. 4.5 temps up. A lot of improvements coming all throughout the field here. This could put him into the low 29s. Challenging for the top 5 places on the grid, certainly. As always spun out the final corner. That's another mistake there that's cost another driver. We've had quite a few spins here, as he's going to want to get out of the way before he gets disqualified. As I believe Yuri has spun in the Alpine, as he's already above 1 minute 30. So what about Lewis Pearce and Evan Bowers? It looks like Lewis has had a moment somewhere, but Evan completing his lap now. 29.1 goes P5. As Chris has done an exceptional lap time in the Ferrari.
I am currently trying to get Dinan von Borkum into the server, so we'll have to see if he makes it on time, but he has slight struggles to get in the lobby.
Okay. As Kyle actually gets a nice slipstream there from Adam Lapidge. Mercedes currently sitting in the midfield, but Kyle with that lap, he improves but doesn't go any higher particularly, as he's now waiting up for Adam to give a bit of a slipstream. As trying to see who else is on a run. Adam is actually on a run, so we'll go on board with the Mercedes. Getting a slight slipstream there, whereas the onboard is very laggy with Adam. I'll tell you that. So we'll go to the TV angle as whoa. He's spun around there. Who else is running? Jordan's on a lap. 4 temps up at the moment, and we know he had to fight the car out the final corner. Has lost a bit of time actually in the middle sector. So let's see what time the Williams can do. Or lost a bit of time in the middle sector, I meant to say, not final, sorry. As again fighting the car, he just does not want to stick through that final corner. Up to the line, it's a 29.7 and P13, as we do have Dinan there.
We do? Okay, fine.
We have Dinan. I believe Carl's about to start his final run of qualifying here. And at the moment, no one's got close to Chris Free, who's lapping, well, half a second quicker than anyone else, which is ridiculous. However, let's see how Carl can do here. Bit deep into turn 1, but it's not going to cost him too much.
Let's cut through turn 3 for Carl.
Then into turn 4, braking at 100 metres, just after 100 metres actually, and has to get the car slowed down a bit more than he maybe would have wanted. And he's just about improving in the first sector. And well, that might not be where most of his time is. He might have it in the middle and final sectors. And clipping the inside nicely there, and a very good exit out of turn 10. He has traffic of 1 Haas in front, but I don't think that's going to affect him all that much, as see how much he's improving by 4/10. It's a
Really good turn 1, 2, 3 for Harley as well.
it's looking like a really good lap for Carl here. Can he get into the 28s? And well, this definitely could be a lap for P2 right now. As now up to the line for the Aston Martin. What times it's going to be? It's going to be a 28 to 8.
Lovely lap time. Wow, really good from the Swedish driver.
Yeri is starting a lap. I think that's mainly what people are going to be doing here. I know Harley, you said, was on a lap 2/10 up, and he's still pushing here in the Aston Martin. Could be another driver into the 28s. As it looks like there's going to be improvements all up and down the grid at the moment. As we have just a minute left of this qualifying session. Harley's 3/10 up now in the Aston Martin.
Harley just set up purple sector 2 as well, so he's pushing really hard now. Let's see if he can replicate his pole position form from yesterday in Tier 3.
At the final
if he would,
corner,
that would be insane.
It's quite nice. Where's it going to be for the Aston Martin? It's going to be a 28.7
Wow.
P2. What about the McLarens of
Sublime
Lewis and
lap.
Evan? I don't think they're on their laps yet.
You're just starting a lap, yeah.
As someone just jumped up. That was Caleb White in the Alfa Romeo, who goes to P6 there. Yeri's improving in the Alpine, but he's got a bit of traffic in front. He's improving 2/10 as the Ferrari jumps out of the way there. And
Oh, massive snap of oversteer for Evan Bowers for turn 4.
Owen Jameson jumps to P5.
Evan spun. It
And
was about half a second down.
up to the line for Yeri, P7, just a 10th off of the 28 there. There's quite a lot of drivers coming to the line now. Maurizio has retired from the session. I think that's
believe
Lucas
Lewis
Rudd.
back as well.
Lucas Rudd invalidated and will start P16 here. Who's that next to the line? I think that's Anson, who's almost half a second up here. Could this be the time to challenge for pole position? Anson to the line, P2. And that was very, very close there from the Alfa Romeo. Who else is still running is the question.
Lewis Pierces, but I think he has backed off. Because it was yellow flags for...
Yeah, he's 8
when
seconds
he
down.
exited. Yeah.
Karl Max improving by about a 10th. And this could boost the Mercedes up if he can keep improving. He's going to need a bit more time in the final sector. But
This is a really surprising qualifying session.
yeah, a lot is
Indeed.
happening here.
Yeah.
Now, out the final corner for Karl Mack, up to the line. Where's he going to be able to finish? It's going to be P14 still. Didn't have the best of last sectors, it seems. As
All of the drivers for that raced in Tier 2 last season and got the top 5 in the championship is out in what have been Q2. So Lewis, Adam and Jordan all finished below 10th position.
No, we're
So
just
they all have a
waiting
lot of work to do for tomorrow's sprints.
We're just waiting for Arjun to finish here. And cross the line. And there we go. That is your qualifying session complete. That was
It's,
not what I expected, I'll tell you that.
no, it wasn't what I went in and thought we were going to get. Really interesting, and what a lap from Chris Free, our new driver for the Ferrari team.
Not that much of a field spread, 1.3 seconds covering the whole field, and
Did Deanan manage to get the lap in? I
uh,
don't know. If
no,
he did.
Dinan didn't.
I hope he selected his car.
I think it'll put him on the grid, but yeah.
Wouldn't let me choose a car, he wrote in the Discord server. Well, Deanan, if you hear this, you have to go into the spectator menu and select the car from there. But I wouldn't put it past the game that it was a bug either, so we just gonna have to see.
Yeah. Here we go then. This is what we have to start 10 laps of a sprint race even first. Some points up for offer for the top 8, ranging from 8 for winning the sprint down to 1. How much chaos do we think we're going to have? Quite a bit potentially.
Yes, I believe there will be mayhem coming into turn 1 and possibly turn 4 as well on the first lap. But you never know.
And a Red Bull.
Okay. Well, he gets his points for AlphaTauri as well. We'll sort it out afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think we will see any bold strategies?
I don't know, but that is now 5
laps.
And we are underway here. I think everyone's on mediums. Yes, everyone is on the medium tyres as they are barreling down towards turn 1. Chris Freet maintains his lead off the start. Carl looking for a move on the inside. Can't quite get it done though, as it looks
Anderson has lost us 3 places coming into the first
fairly clean so far. No one spinning at the moment as they all head now down towards turn 4. And just watching to see what's going on in the background there. Anderson currently in P5 after that start. Yeri looking for a move on Caleb White, can't quite get it there. As Owen Jameson also trying to weave his way through as there's yellow flags. It looks like
E2 has had a spin.
E2 and Lucas Rudd maybe, as there's a bit of contact with a Mercedes there. I believe that was Kyle Mack, as the Alpine of Yeri trying to go down the inside of Owen Jameson. Can't quite get that move done. As
Kyle Mack moves ahead of Evan Bowers as well, so that makes him the biggest gainer thus far in the first lap with 4 positions gained.
Yeah. So at the moment, Chris Freet trying to escape from DRS. Already got an 8-tenth gap over Harley, who, well, Harley knows about running away and getting out of DRS as yellow flags. I think that's last 8 in the Ferrari.
Yeah.
As Maurizio is quite close to the back of Yeri here, but I don't think he's going to go for it into the final corner. Not from there anyways, as the gap at the front is about a second already, and Chris is really laying down the pace early on here.
Some lovely gains from Jordan as well, with 3 positions gained in the first lap. Can he make another move on Evan Bowers? These 2 drivers raced each other a lot through last season when Jordan stood in for Tier 1. And Lewis Pierce is right on the gearbox of Jordan Bayliss, so we'll have to see what happens into the following turn. Can the British driver overtake Jordan? We'll have to see.
Anton Wonk has moved up to P4 in the Alfa Romeo and is back on a charge here. Now chasing after Carl, who is slightly dropping out of the DRS of his teammate.
Evan is gone. Evan is gone.
His contact with the McLaren driver, it seems, is... that looks like a Red Bull having a bit of a moment there. Karl Mack's going to try and be opportunistic with that. As that's a bit of a spin. Oh no, that was Lewis Pierce and Adam.
No, disaster for the McLaren team. The voting team won't be happy with this one. 2 spins in 1 sector.
Lewis Pierce got stuck on the curb there, it seemed, which affected him. As I've just seen there's been a change for the lead of the race. Chris Freet looks to have made a mistake potentially. As this yellow flags again, that's Dinand in the Red Bull. As Harley Davidson currently leads this race. Cole just about grasping onto the DRS range at the moment. As behind everyone really close here at the moment. The top 7 all within DRS currently. As Caleb White here looks to have a good run on the Williams of Arjun Senapati. He's going to go to the inside, and I think he's going to have that move done. Arjun drives back around the outside though, and he leaves the room. And there's contact. Owen Jameson's gone for the move, and I think he's just clipped into the Williams, and that's sent them both round on a VSC, I believe.
Yeah, it's a VSC. No safety car out of the pits yet. But that was unfortunate for Owen Jameson, who just put in the fastest lap as well. And we have some support for Owen Jameson in the chat by Owen Heinen, who's a Tier 1 driver for Red Bull Racing, and that will make his debut tomorrow.
I think Arjun got stuck in the... Yeah, he's stuck.
Oh no.
He got beat. His rear tyres are beached on the gravel.
Oh.
That is really unfortunate. As Harley's got a drive-through from the lead of this race.
Disaster for Tier 3 stand-ins.
Can we see tyres, please? Everybody is on the medium tyres in this sprint. There's some position changes. The biggest gain has been Carl Mack and Jordan Bailey so far, who are both moving up. And same with Lucas Rudd. I'll take that off now. So yeah, 2 drivers with a driver it seems. Yeah, E2 did get a driver as well, so unfortunate for Harley and E2 there. As Chris Free looking to capitalise on this, as Harley is going to the pit lane. And Chris Free's going to get DRS, and he's now got a 2-second gap over Carl. And after a really good start for Aston Martin, that's not ideal. As the 2 Alfa Romeos are doing well
in the fight for it. He's currently dropping out 2 seconds of Chris Free, so we'll see what sort of pace Chris Free is sitting on.
Yeah, he's got a good run on Maurizio here. He's going to try on the outside of turn 4. Oh, there's contact, and that goes straight into the barriers, and that's Maurizio out of the race. And that's a VSC again.
Yes. Let's see if they're calling on a full safety car. No, I don't believe they are. Okay.
As Yeri's also picked up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
That was unfortunate for Caleb White, who was just about to attack Anson Wong. Maurizio left the session. Oh no.
Not sure he realises this isn't the full race, or maybe he's not too happy with that, as it seemed like a bit of understeer from himself that went into the McLaren. I'm not sure if he clipped the curve or not, as we are waiting for this VSC to enter, get underway again. Anson right on the back of Carl here. He's clearly not got any problems with the Delta and is ready to attack.
Let's see if this is some kind of strategy from Carl to get a better exit when it's restarting. We'll see.
He's definitely
because he's lost
back
2
on
seconds.
The Delta.
Yeah, he is. Which is interesting. He might just take it safe to avoid a drive-through when he's seen that 2 drivers got a drive-through in the opening virtual safety car.
It's closing in now, and most of the drivers seem to be going flat out. I think we are restarting now, and we are. No drivers picking up a drive-through this time around, as it's 2.5 the gap at the front. As Owen and I have no clue what happened there, honestly. As
Jamieson is closing in on his teammate of Lucas Rudd. He's currently about 3/10 off.
Yeah, they are.
Will he make a move into the hairpin of turn 8? We'll have to see. No, he just thinks the better of it and might be lining up a move coming into turn 11 after the long DRS.
Looks like Chris Free's made a mistake. That gap's come down to 1.5. And Carl is on the charge here. He's broken out the DRS of Anson, but he's gone a bit deep into that corner. And that's not going to help his cause out. As we've also had Carl's disconnected.
I'll sort it.
Yeah.
That was not ideal for the Swedish driver coming into this race.
And that's unfortunately, that's going to drop him down to a few places here. He needs to hopefully get back in the session as quick as possible, as Anson's going to fly past here and has DRS.
Oh no! Oh no! Carl's computer just had a black screen.
Oh.
A problem has occurred on the device. It must restart. Forgot. Oh no.
Meanwhile, Evan Bell is looking for a move on the inside of Lucas Rudd, and he's going to dive it here in the McLaren, and just can't quite hang in there, but he's kept alongside, and now has the DRS to attack again. Lucas Rudd also has DRS from his teammate in front, as Evan down the inside manages to get that move done just about there and moves up to P9, just outside of the points for this sprint, as Cole has dropped down to 3rd place and his AI continues to drop more places, now down to 4th. Currently means a all Ferrari engine podium right now.
Interesting. And Jordan Bailey and Carl Mack has both gained 9 places since the start of the sprint in about 5 laps, which is
Mercedes have turned this one round very well.
They have gained they've had fortune from the bad luck of the McLaren drivers, I suppose.
Interestingly to note, after serving his drive-through, Harley's on the back of the field again already. Can you send me another invite? I left the session. Yep, got you. I'll just see. Are you appearing online? For me, you're not appearing online. This might be the same issue as you had beforehand with the session.
Lasse
I'll
being
try inviting you while you're offline though.
followed by Dinand, who might try to make a move coming into turn 1. Lasse goes defensive, Dinand tries to stick it around outside, and Lasse just keeps the position slightly. But will Dinand get a better exit coming out of turn 3? We'll have to see. It's tighter with Lasse, Dinand, and Harley fighting for position. Harley manages to break a lot later than Dinand.
As if you could just
Yeah,
let
I
me
just
know.
got a text from Carl to invite him.
If you can just let me know, Maurizio, when you're back, like, or if you've restarted your game, so hopefully you appear back online. That would be ideal, as I can get you back in then for the main race, so you can start the main race. Meanwhile, still on board with Dinant here. He's close, but he's had to go off track. He's gone deep into that corner. Someone else who's close is Owen Jameson.
Nice.
Carl is back in. He's not lost too much time, however, he's going to be under threat from Kyle Mack and Jordan Bailey, which is why we balance the AI8 to make sure that drivers don't lose too much time. As I'm going to quickly see if Maurizio's online. The answer is still no currently. As Owen Jameson in the DRS then of Adam Lapidge. He's going to go for a move on the inside, and Cole has disconnected again.
I'm on it. I hope it wasn't his computer shutting down again.
As Evan Bowers is looking for a move on Adam Lapidge as well now. He might be getting overtaken twice in 2 straights. As Evan hanging it down the inside, Adam on the outside, and yeah, Evan's got that move up into P8. Good move from Evan Bowers. As Cole still hasn't lost too much time right now. His AI is luckily getting DRS from drivers who pass him, so he's able to keep his position so far, but he's going to be under threat from Jordan momentarily. As Lewis Pierce is pushing Lasse through this corner right now. Or through turn 10, I should say, as it just seems like Lasse's got a lot more straight line speed and had a much better launch off the corner.
Okay, interesting. So just as soon as Carl retook control over the AI, he got kicked out. And once more, what is going on with the game?
This is ideal. As Jordan Bailey in the DRS of Cole now, and probably will move past his AI. I'll try once again on Maurizio. Is he appearing online? The answer is still no. As Evan is getting close to Owen Jameson here. Can he make a move? Not quite. As Lasse and Dinand are fighting here. Dinand going for the move. And I think Dinand's going to be ahead here as, ooh, Lasse tried hanging it around the outside there. However, he's going to lose 2 places from that. And that allows Lewis Pierce through as well. As
there's a ghosted astronaut. Oh yeah, right. I know why. A bit it's
as Evan
Carl's AI.
has moved up again past Carl's AI. Lewis Pierce is looking for a move on Dinand, maybe on the inside. As Cole has managed to get back in. That's good. And oh,
There's gonna spin.
That's Lasse. As Lewis Pierce looking to get a move on Dinand here.
Will he make it into turn 1?
I'm not sure. Well, he's got the DRS now. As Evans also gone for a move on Owen Jameson.
Lewis is being low on battery though, so we might have to see.
Just watching on board with this. It's close. They're side by side. Bit of pushing and shoving between the two.
Nice round outside move from Lewis. Can he hold it?
As Evan looking to break later.
Very nice. Oh no! Oh, there's a front wing loss
And they're
for
both
Lewis,
off the
and
track
he's
there.
gone around.
Evan and Owen are really fighting for this position. Evan's gone down the inside, and he's managing to hold that, I think. And yeah, he has. The McLaren driver has moved up a position, but Owen Jameson's going to try dive it on the inside. Doesn't quite manage to make that work, though, and also loses place to Adam Lapidge in the process. As I'll tell you something that I don't think is going to change. I think Chris Free is going to win this, as Adam Lapidge just spun round out of turn 10. And
Carnage on the last lap.
Yeah, this is the last lap. Shall we call a restart to try and fix these just temporary lobby issues? And we can just use the order we have. So, Chris Free will win the race. Anson Wong is going to come across the line in second, followed by his teammate Caleb White. Then Kyle Mack in P4 with a great drive alongside Jordan Bailey. And then a fight that's going down to the wire here is Lucas Rudd and Owen Jameson. As if you'd like to pick F2, oh, that's a takeout on the point. Oh!
A godsend gift for Carl Reuterhall, who manages to regain 2 positions on the last lap there with the
could you ping
bad
F2 saying
fortune.
we're just going to restart the lobby for the main race using, and we'll use the sprint grid. As we have 3 drivers just making it rain now. Lewis Pierce, Yuri Havari and E2.
I am going to leave you for a second and go into the team channels and tell everyone that we're restarting the lobby.
Alright, I'm going to get the sprint order here. Okay, and then alright. So we're going to be restarting the lobby. Just a few connection issues that we would like to solve to get everyone back in. Nothing major. Okay, so we are going to just get this all restarted shortly.
I'm back. Am I the only driver left in this session? We'll have to see.
Everyone's leaving.
Well,
So I
that's
forgot to put the
good.
intermission screen on. Nice. So, in the chat, what have we got? Carl Mack, I'll take P4 since I started P12. Yeah, brilliant driving that sprint. And managing to pick up some nice points as well.
Has E2 gotten the server up and running again? Yeah.
Okay, so apologies while we get this sorted, and that is a quick lobby restart. That's what we like to see. Thanks to E2 there. We can get back in the lobby and get going again quickly.
I invited Jordan if it's not okay. Jordan was already in. Trying to get him in the lobby as soon as possible.
Okay, lobby settings are all looking good as well.
I'm
Just
going to have to go on spectator mode. There you go. 13 drivers. We were currently having
18.
1,
We should
2,
have
18. Okay.
session length long, custom grid. Yeah, everything is correct.
"15 out of the 18 drivers in thus far, which
Yep.
this is going really smooth for having the restarts.
Yeah, Caleb is just resetting his game. Then, so
It's
yeah, it's literally just
fine.
Caleb and Maurizio then.
It was an intense sprint.
Yeah, certainly. One of high attrition.
We saw some stunning drives and some very bad fortune for a lot of drivers as well. But will they be able to recover? We'll have to see. But some great pace shown by the Formula 3 drivers in GRS.
Yeah.
With Arjun and Harley fighting for the front at some point of the previous session, which is really nice to see.
Okay.
Do we have Maurizio in the lobby?
We're just trying to get Maurizio and Caleb in. Once those two are in, we will get started. Let's say thanks to everyone who is currently racing and has managed to get this restart sorted efficiently. We just need 2 drivers to get in, and then we can restart, which is good.
We have currently 15 viewers as well, which is very welcome, and we hope a lot of you are tuning in for tomorrow's Tier 1 race as well. Seeing me and Luke embarrassing ourselves, right?
Maybe.
Hopefully not, but we'll have to see. While we are waiting, we can have some questions from GRS history while we are waiting for the last 2 drivers that I can have. So in that I can bring up some questions. Okay, so question 1. Who has the most race wins in GRS history? And the hint is that he is racing in this tier and is on the grid today. as we haven't gotten any replies in chat that I can see, we are quitting the quiz.
We are quitting the quiz.
Yes, we are giving up.
Okay. We're just trying to get Maurizio back in. Final driver we need. Kembo, Ultra, White Oxy, Bailey, Evan, Cosmic, Rocketberg, Harley, Dinand, Adam, Rudd, Lasse, Viper, Yuri. Okay, so we are restarting. Let me get my stream stuff on. There we go. Okay, so
Now the interesting part, hopefully.
yeah.
I hope for that at least one driver is attempting the two-stop here,
Mhm.
which would be fun. I don't think anyone will be, but it would be fun if they do. Maybe one of the drivers like Lewis, who has nothing to lose, basically doing an unconventional strategy, or maybe we will see Adam Leipich do one, because he tends to like being bold when racing.
Okay, just 2 more drivers to connect much quicker this time round, it seems. Maurizio and Harley Davidson. And there we go. There's Harley, just Maurizio, and we're good. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. And that is that sorted. All we need now is people to put their setups on, select the strategy, and we are good to go. And that is what you call an efficient restart, I will say. Much quicker than yesterday.
Yes, say that. But you are so right, Luke. We are currently expecting, according to yesterday's race, a lot of medium starts.
Okay, so
We'll have to see if these drivers are doing the same.
I see hards in the Red Bull garage and mediums in the Mercedes. However, in 5 seconds we will be going to the grid. Ready for lights out here. So, as we wait just a moment, we are now on the grid. So that's 3, 4, 5 red lights here. And we are away here in Bahrain. Chris manages to get a good start. A brilliant start from Caleb White, it seems, in the Alfa Romeo, who jumps straight up to 2nd place ahead of his teammate. Everyone jostling for positions, down towards turn 1 here. As the 2 Alfa Romeos side by side. Carl Mack trying to get involved as well in the Mercedes. As
Spun around.
I'll quickly
Adam's
get the tyres on. Adam spun round. As I think it was only a half spin. As everyone now piling down towards turn 4. A bit of contact there between Carl Mack and one of the Astons. That's a McLaren round as well. I believe that's Evan. There's also an AlphaTauri off the track. Maurizio's got 5-second penalty for corner cutting and gaining a place. As everyone just trying to get away here and get up the grid and make places. However, they need to be careful in doing so. Lasse's had a brilliant restart here. It's up to 7th already in the Ferrari. And
Ito Pilkas up 7 places and Arjun Senapati up 6.
Harley Davidson
Harley
moves
Davidson
into
5.
4th. Some brilliant,
Really good
some brilliant race starts here from people. As Cole looking to get past E2. Can't quite make the move stick, as looking at the tyre eradication, it's a mix of mediums and hards here as Lewis Pierce has spun rained and drops to the back of the grid in the McLaren, as I think Adam Lapage has also gone as well. Yes, he has, and that's going to drop those two to the back. But we know something about Lewis, that is, he's had some miraculous drives after being in very unconventional places after lap 1, as E2 moves up into 8th place already. And Cole's also going to follow him through here, up into 9th place. Is he going to go forward a dive on E2? He's not. He's just going to stay behind us. There's a few drivers here, all fighting for 8th place. Lewis Pierce speeds into the pit lane and retires.
Oh, not the season opener that Lewis would have wanted coming into his...
Oh, Arjun say, and there's a big crash, and Evan
and
as
Evan
well.
as well.
What's happened there?
On the straight as well. I don't know. I don't know, Jeff. Okay.
And that's a horrid start for
that's
McLaren.
a full safety car. Okay. This might be perfect for some of the drivers that started on the mediums if they want to feel bold and go for the hard tires towards the end. We'll have to see, but if you're a driver like Gary or Dinan, you might go for it because you have not that much to lose. But we'll see. A great start for some of our drivers here. Harley Davidson up to 4th after starting far back, and I believe
Lasse up to 7th from 13th, E2 from 16th to 8th.
it will be interesting to see if any of our drivers is going into the pits early to change front wings, because there was a lot of contact on the opening lap, I felt like.
Yeah. So
coming around the last corner, we'll have to see. Arjun has left us. Oh, yeah, okay. My bad, he was already retired.
I don't think anyone's going to pit for a strategy change at this point, as well, that was
maybe Adam
a
has
chaotic
front wing
start.
damage after his.
I feel really bad for McLaren though. That's unfortunate for those two of the favourites coming to the season from our perspective, as Yuri and Adam have gone to the pit lane.
Adam goes on a new set of mediums and a new set of hards for Jerry. But
Yeah.
Jerry has pitted for a new front wing as well, because he's lost out to Adam in the pits.
As most of the drivers now are on mediums. There's a few still on the hard tyres. As we are migrating host, that's not good. That is not good. E2's disconnected.
Oh,
Are we okay?
hopefully we are, but
I'll try to get E2 back in as quick as possible. I think we're okay. My game just crashed. Yeah. Well, you can see we'll be able to get you back in, don't worry. It doesn't seem to have caused issues. Everything is okay. Unless the pit lane glitch starts happening again. Which if it does, then that's not ideal.
so essentially what happened yesterday was that when cars went to the pits, they the game broke basically.
Yeah.
After our host left yesterday.
And clearly whoever it's swapped to's got very stable connection. Which is a blessing in disguise for us all.
Desync has been a problem yesterday, and luckily we don't seem to be experiencing that at the moment.
It's looking good. Literally no one's got any issues for me other than, well, ET being disconnected. Adam's going to the pits. This will test it. And he's serving his pit stop normally. Okay, we're good. I'll now invite E2 back into the session.
If it's needed, we have Adam in the server that I can jump into and see if everything is okay, but it seems that it is.
Yeah, everything's fine. We just need to get E2 back in.
I can be on that if you...
Yeah, that's fine. I've already sent an invite if you can just work on that. It worked last time getting people back in. And it was just luck of the draw at that stage. Anyways, the safety car will be ending shortly. I can't get back in. Jerry's caused a collision. Are you not receiving the invites I'm sending? Kigo can try as well.
I just did.
You already tried.
Collision between Jerry and Dinand under safety car, which resulted in a 5-second time penalty for Jerry. Safety car is in this lap. Okay, we're racing once more. I'm going to send another invite before it starts, so I can be with you in this room.
We'll keep trying. If it doesn't, then this isn't great. Oh, that's a Mercedes gone. Karl Max round. Owen Jameson's now. Oh, Owen Jameson, I think, collided with him.
Another collision on the safety car. Interesting.
Okay then.
The tier steward Liam Cross will probably have to be a bit busy after this one.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, we are underway again. Chris Free, not the best of restarts as Caleb White goes quite close with him. As someone who is looking for a move is Harley Davidson in the Aston. As can he manage to get this move? On the outside he has, and that is P3 for the Aston. As Owen Jameson also looking for a move on Anson here.
Oh! Jordan is around.
Yep. Jordan is round in the Williams. If we cannot get ET back in though, that might not matter all too much. ET's AI is still in 8th. Yeah, this isn't great. If we want to call a race restart, we might want to do it now, early. As E2's game crashing is not ideal. As at the moment, Caleb White is quite close to the back of Chris Free here. And in the slipstream of the Ferrari driver in front, and is getting really close here. A bit of a bump into turn 1 actually there from Caleb. And Caleb is now continuing to look for the move. Harley Davidson not too far behind these two either at the moment. As Caleb is close. Not close enough yet though. Probably wants to wait for the DRS to be activated. As not sure one more time on this invite because
Let's see if Jerry can get the... Oh, Dylan is off the track, and Jerry is trying to get the move done coming into turn 11. But Dylan gets a good launch off the track and manages to keep ahead.
I'm still trying to work on getting ET back into the lobby. Maybe. I don't know who will have been set as host. I wish there was a way to check that. Yep, this doesn't work. I'm giving up. Okay.
Carl being really close to the back of Lucas Rudd. With DRS enabled now, we'll have to see if he has got any. He's deploying a lot of his battery and he's coming up very close to him, trying to go around the outside. And he's managed to stay ahead, Lucas Rudd is, and Carl will definitely be trying to get ahead into turn 4. Oh, a massive snap of oversteer for Lasse while fighting with Owen Jameson.
Alright, I've
Carl
suggested
sticking to the back of
something
Lucas.
new. Okay, apologies for that. We are back on the screen there as Harley Davidson runs deep into that corner, and there's a massive DRS train at the moment from 12th all the way up to 5th. There's Caleb White slightly struggling to stay in the DRS, but he does have battery to use to make sure he maintains that. There's yellow flags. I think that's Jordan again. As has Hardy dropped out of DRS there actually? No, Hardy hasn't. As is Lasse, close to the back of Owen Jameson, who I believe is one of the drivers with a 5-second penalty. Yeah, there's 3 drivers with 5-second penalties. Maurizio's was different to the others, I know that, as Lasse on the outside here of the hash driver. They're going to go side by side as Adam's disconnected. And ooh, that was a bit of a moment for Owen Jameson there. As he rejoins just behind Carl.
Trying to
get Adam back in as quick as possible.
Yes. I just sent him an invite and we're gonna have to wait to see. So close coming out to turn 10, and Carl managed to get the better launch out of the corner than Owen is, and Owen has completely depleted his battery, which is not ideal for him in this situation.
Lucas Rudd also looking for a move on the Ferrari of Lasse here as there's yellow flags. That is yellow in the Alpine, and that's a safety car.
Okay, that's perfect timing for me to try to get Adam in. No retirement thus far, which is interesting. Why did the safety car come out?
Not a clue.
This is perfect for the driver starting on the medium tires unless another safety car comes out later on.
My game's crashed.
Yours as well?
Yeah, mine's gone.
Oh. Okay, is the stream still up and running so I can just narrate the session?
The stream
Maybe?
is still going.
Okay. Well, a lot of drivers have just pitted with Lasse at the front of them. Chris Free stayed out with Caleb White as well in the front, and Harley did too. I don't know if the safety car might have gotten out right before the finishing line for them, so they would have missed the pit entry, I believe. Because otherwise it seems strange to me that you wouldn't have pitted when you're on the medium tires. Jerry in the pit for softs. That's interesting. Why is Owen Jameson going really slow? This might be recharging his battery. Okay, you're back in, Luke, now. And Adam is left again. this internet needs to be fixed ASAP.
Okay. For me, I'm back in.
You try to invite. Okay, Deanand is apparently the host.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because of everyone. But his internet seems to be working fine, which is
Good.
all we're looking for right now.
Jerry's
Okay.
back in the car, isn't he?
Um,
Yeah, he's not a ghost.
he might. Yeah, Adam has just joined in and he will be relieved being in 4th place. And he has, remember, been on all tires because he pitted for mediums and then back for hard. So Adam is in a really good position right now. And Chris Free pitting this late has put him down into 13th place.
I really hope
Owen
this is
just got out in front of Chris as well, so he's 14th.
I really do hope this is Jerry driving.
I hope so.
Okay.
Interesting strategy here from Harley and Ansong and Caleb.
Yeah, this is definitely Jerry. This is definitely Jerry driving. Oh wait, it's E2 who disconnected.
Yeah,
hold up.
E2 disconnected. I believe the front runners are on for a medium soft strategy, it looks like, which will be really interesting to see if they can make the tires last. But the multiple full course yellow is obviously helping them their course out. We are.
Adam's back in the car.
Adam just overtaken Anson, which is really weird. I'm going to have to. Okay, there's some. Oh no. Okay, Ansing is back ahead, which is the way it should be. I hope no one is getting a stupid penalty now, but again.
Safety cars
Safety
in
cars
this
in the
lap.
slap. Okay.
Okay. So, we will be restarting. Caleb White's going to lead the way. Interesting from the front three not to pit. And for Chris Free,
Adam and Lasse
back.
and Rudd and Carl is in for a really good result here if they can manage to get the tires heated up quickly.
As I believe there's been a spin at the back or something's happening. This driver's going slowly. And Caleb's leaving this one right up to the line. And when's he going to go? He's gone now. And he's managed to catch Harley napping completely. As who's managed to get a good restart out of everyone. It doesn't seem like anyone's particularly jumping up places as Caleb's almost got a 1 second gap. Adam potentially looking at a move on the inside here of Anson. But doesn't seem to get that one done as Jordan is right on the back.
Oh, Carlos round. Carlos spun round and he has no front wing. That's really unfortunate by him, and there was definitely contact in turn 2. But with Dinnan, I suppose, because Dinnan is a further bit back than everyone else. Really unfortunate.
Yeah.
For the Aston Martin driver.
Here comes Kyle Mack to the inside of Jordan Bailey, and he's just slotted his car up the inside, and there you go. That's a nice overtake, and Mercedes sitting 4th and 5th, but not as good as Alfa Romeo, although both Alfa Romeo drivers do still need to head to the pit lane, as there's definitely been a spinner there. I believe that is, no, that's just E2's AI. But there is damage, so someone's lost the front wing.
Lassie going for a move in turn 11, and they're running side by side into turn 12. Can they stick it?
Oh, that's contact! Chris Freeze into the wall, and so is Lucas Rudd.
Oh!
And that's a safety car.
Safety car.
Oh,
that's a godsend gift for Carl.
That was a lot.
There is a bit of confusion between who's owning 6th place here, between Lassie and Jordan. Since they were running side by side through turn 12 at the point of the safety car.
This is also a godsend for everyone who was, well, on mediums.
Yes, but the field spread is not that big as it was before the first safety car, so now they will still be
least they can get like a sort of a free pit
Yeah, they're
stop.
not losing that much time, but they're losing a bit of positions here.
There's quite a few drivers in the pits actually.
Oh,
So Caleb White's
yes.
coming out in 8th place.
Drivers like Carl getting held in the pits and Lucas Rudis as well, with both of the drivers double stacking essentially. Ansung Wong is still staying out. He must surely be going for a soft tire at the end.
Yeah.
And this has just helped Adams and Karl Max cause even further, with the Mercedes duo being second and third, coming into this latter safety car.
So, lap 12 of 29. A lot has happened, and there's a lot of drivers on mediums at the back. I assume they're all going to try go to the end of the race.
They will most likely make it unless there is some really harsh driving towards the tires. But if they manage them correctly and just keeping the tire temperatures down, they will most likely make it to the end of the session.
Alright, so I believe we'll be restarting next lap. Anson's going to lead the way. And with these safety cars, he definitely can go to softs. Maybe he's even banking on another one, which wouldn't be the most unlikely of things. There's some drivers in really good positions here, such as Lasse, Carl Mack, Adam Lapidge. And then behind them, they've got the chasing pack. Chris Rees on softs, interestingly enough. As Anson is indecisive on going into the pit lane, doesn't go in though. Is anyone going to the pits? No. Cole, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm confused.
Staying out.
Like, he just parked out the final corner is why I was confused.
Yes, I don't know. He might have just checked his MFD or something, and that just. Okay, Lucas Rudis in the pits again. Is he going back on his hard tires? Or is he repairing in the pits? No, he's not, unfortunately. So he's still running, most likely.
He's going back to hards, yeah.
Yeah, back to hards. Yeah, that was probably very wise of him.
They'll be much better at the end, and he won't have to pit another safety car. Saved us one in like 5 or 6 laps time, which I think the medium runners would potentially gamble at that again.
Yeah, they might do, unless they see it just as a way of saving their tires.
The position changes are all over the place, I'll tell you that. Like,
yeah, there's been a chaotic one.
Out of all of this, Adam Lapidge is P2.
Yeah, it
and
feels like
but technically in the provisional
driver,
lead of the race.
Which is really, really good for him. With him having the spin in the beginning of the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
We are though looking at an eventful coming few laps, I believe, because there are a lot of different tires in play here, and the front 5 is split up between 2 medium runners and 3 hard runners, with a couple of mediums runner at the back as well. So will they utilize their better grip at the restart? We will have to see. Oh no, Lucas retired. On track. I hope he didn't bin it.
No, he's retired on track.
AI is, yeah, his AI is still running.
Yeah, he's gone to the pits, and so is Chris Free. Oh, it's not doing this, is it? No. They're both just choosing to box now that it's staying getting extra like for fresh mediums. So we're going to be restarting with 15 laps of the race. On a scale of 1 to chaos, how much chaos is there going to be?
About mayhem, I'd say. Which is, yeah.
Just under chaos, or is that even
Or I
higher?
don't know. Maybe even worse than chaos.
We've seen
Thus far, we've had some
interesting
teammate
driving.
collisions between the Haas drivers. We've had a disaster of a race for the McLarens. A straight line collision between two drivers as well, and there's been a massive position change spread through the field. And yeah, and we're seeing a lot of different strategies as well, which is enjoyable, but it's still a bit sad to see a lot of drivers having the race screwed over by the safety cars.
So
yes,
safety
car
cars
this
in
lap.
that lap, yeah. So we will be getting underway once again. As Anson's leading the restart this time, taking it nice and slow, taking his time. One thing I do want to say is we got no penalties.
Yeah. Oh, Owen Jameson is really close to running up in the back of Harley Davidson. He's trying to warm his brakes, it looks like, and almost hit the again, almost.
So
he's really close to hitting the back of the Aston Martin driver.
where is Anson going to go? He's going now, and he's managed to catch Adam slacking a bit. Someone who isn't slacking is Kyle Mack, straight onto the back of Adam, and has the fresher medium tyres. Will there be a bit of strategy between the Mercedes potentially? Kyle Mack's dived it to the inside. Oh, he's punted Anson as well.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, and there's been a spin for Jordan Bailey as well.
He
managed
to keep it
track,
going. Oh, that's two people right at the back, and massive carnage. Dean Anzate.
Oh no!
Carl
was the other driver
caught up with that as well.
He was again.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
We might have yet another swapping lobby host soon. I hope not.
Could have been a safe within the lobby as well. Otherwise, we will.
Oh, that was a bit of contact. I think it might have just been a noise with contact with from an AI. Interestingly enough. Anyways, your top fives need Kyle Mack, Lasse, Caleb White, Adam Lapidge, and Owen Jameson. And someone's
Anson's
gone. As Anson's got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting as well.
That's unfortunate for the.
Did he spin across the corner?
I believe he just spun, and while trying to recover the car, he cut the corner slightly, which obviously shouldn't be a penalty because he didn't gain a lasting advantage after that since he spun.
So this top 5's interesting. Here comes Owen Jameson for P4 in the Haas. He manages to get the move done on Adam, and someone else who's getting the move done is Harley Davidson, up to P5, and is now on the chase for P4 as Jordan Bailey heads to the pit lane. As here comes Harley on the outside, not quite close enough. As Carl gets 5 seconds for speeding.
Another 3 drivers in the pits. There's just no fortune for this.
Further up, Lasse and Caleb are fighting here, side by side. And Caleb gets that move done, up into P2. As Caleb now has to get past Kyle Mack, but he's in the best position and has the best tyres for the current situation. While Owen Jameson will be quicker at the moment. Caleb White definitely has the best. It's in the best place to go to the end from now.
He's really close in the back of Owen and is keeping a nice line through turn 11. Will he manage to keep it flat under turn 12? I believe it was, yes.
The front 7 here, all very close. Chris Free looking for a move on Adam Lapidge. Wong ruined his own race here, not pitting, plenty of chances. True, he did have a lot of chances and unfortunately got caught up in the carnage at the restart and That's always a risk that comes with restarts. As Caleb White looking potentially for a move on Kyle Mack. Can't quite get it though. As he's now going to have DRS and ERS. But he's not going to use it. Happy to stay behind the Mercedes at the moment. As Maurizio is looking for a move on Adam Lapidge. And the Red Bull and Mercedes side by side here. Adam's just going to hang it round the outside and keep that position. Maurizio potentially with a dive here. Chooses against it as...
Tyre report here. We have Anson being out on the oldest tires, and he's on 16 laps old mediums, which will pretty soon be completely gone.
I think he's sort of just hoping on a safety car.
He might, yes.
That was a great move from Adam, you're not wrong.
He's been on everything. We have drivers from everywhere, from a 0-stopper thus far in Anson to a 4-stopper in Jerry.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of carnage this far.
A lot has happened, yeah. Caleb White very close to the back of Carl Mack, puts the battery on corner exit, and I think he's going for the attack here for P1, as I think everyone's sort of using their battery, and Caleb's just going to sit right to the inside, be far enough ahead into the corner and have that move covered as Chris Free sends a dive to the inside, and a bit of contact with Owen Jameson, and ooh, that was close. Him off. As Owen Jameson does push Harley Davidson off Chris Free. I don't think was particularly alongside at that point, but these camera angles aren't always the greatest, so we can't fully judge from that. As everyone's getting their elbows out here and fighting for it all. As
there's been contact between Chris Free and Harley Davidson. Chris Free running into the back of the Aston Martin driver, coming into the hairpin of turn 8. But Harley managed to stay in front through turn 10 and hopefully gets a good exit to defend this position.
We have 8 drivers currently in this train, all without penalties. On lap 18, this is going to be a very interesting race to the end now. As Caleb White not managing to particularly pull away.
Oh, Harley's gone!
And Harley's gone into the barrier. He's knocked his rear tyre off, I think. I can't see from an angle.
Fortunate.
He's completely beached it all the way out there.
And yet another safety.
No safety car.
I don't know where I got that from.
But we continue onwards. Everything's just
Owen Jameson being on
the place.
A completely depleted battery this far, with the other drivers being on a bit more. And the only driver yet to pass Harley Davidson's crash is Carl, who just passed it now. So we have quite a big spread among the drivers on the track, with Caleb White leading the way in the Alfa Romeo.
I tell you one thing you would never want to do. You wouldn't want to predict a race in this tier this season after this.
You don't.
This is...
My prediction of Lewis Pierce winning this race went out of everything.
I don't even know who I predicted. I don't think I did. Who does comms for F1 tomorrow? Well, we have a certain someone who has been asked by Adam, known as David Hoy, who hopefully will be able to do the commentary tomorrow, which would be much appreciated of him. As we see Chris Free right on the back of Owen Jameson here, is on the freshest tyres out of everyone.
If he can manage to get a good exit coming out to the last turn, he will... Oh, and he does, because Owen has a slight bit of oversteer.
Can't Adam do it? Adam will be doing it alongside him, Owen. As yes, watching this battle, sorry for cutting you off. Chris Free trying to get back to where he was originally, which was P1, side by side with Owen Jameson. And I think he's going to get that. He's got the DRS, and yeah, that is the move complete. Yeah, Adam's just not streaming it because of his internet as well. That was close from Chris 3 there. As he's now got to get back in the DRS. He's got to catch 3/10 in the next few corners. However, he is having to take a defensive line against Owen Jameson, which means he's not going to quite make it back into the DRS.
Adam will be in the stream tomorrow. He will just not be the one streaming the race, but he will do commentary with David. If you misunderstood that, or Luke might have been a bit... I don't know. Well, back to the race. We are still having Caleb out in the front with the best tires towards the end essentially, which is really good news for him. But will Kyle Mack be able to do something about it? He's currently 7.5 tenths behind the Alfa Romeo driver, with 2 Ferraris right behind the Mercedes driver.
What about Nathan? I don't think we're having any of his weird streams where you just hear him coughing or sneezing in the background randomly anymore. As Lasse here, close to the back of Kyle Mack. Is he going to go for the move? Kyle breaks later. And he's going to cover that off and keep his position for now. However, Lasse's really going for the attack here on the exit of turn 3. He's going to be on the inside for turn 4. Can the Ferrari driver get the move done? The answer is yes, he can, but Kyle Mack's going to try and fight this one back. Mercedes and Ferrari side by side into here. Ferrari comes out on top, and Kyle Mack's now under pressure from the other Ferrari of Chris 3. As Lasse has dropped out the DRS of Caleb Boyd, which gives Caleb the breathing room for now, which he'll be quite happy about. As Owen Jameson and Chris 3 going deep into that corner. And out of all of this, Maurizio and Adam have caught back up. However, Adam's 17-lap old hard tyres are, I think the best way to describe them is past their best.
We're going to have to wait and see how quick Anson will be able to go, because he has brand new soft tires.
Here comes Chris 3.
He'll most likely be able to set a fast lap of the race and get that bonus point for that.
And Chris 3 goes down the inside on Kyle Mack. Kyle's going to try hold it around the outside, goes off track slightly in the process, but he's not going to be able to stop Chris from getting through. And now Owen Jameson's trying to follow his way through as well, up into P4. May he try a dive here on the Ferrari driver? He's going to go for it on the outside, and he's just hanging his nose in there. As that was close between the two of them. And I think Chris is just going to defend his position for P3, and a brilliant result for Ferrari at the moment.
Great job by the driver, he's managing to go side by side for there as well.
The laps
Anyone
are
from
ticking
Caleb
away
down to Adam will be able to win this race, which is really interesting coming into the last 7 laps.
They're going to have to catch back up to Caleb first, but Lasse has taken 2/10 out of that lead that the Alfa Romeo driver had. It's sort of hovering about half a second away from DRS as Maurizio has run wide off the track. That's potentially opening him up to Adam Lapidge. With Mercedes being another team having a very strong result here, you can certainly say this is yellow flags. Oh, Chris 3 going up. Chris 3's gone off there a bit, and now has to try to fight his way back past Owen Jameson, and they're playing games for DRS here, and that's brought Kyle right back up to them, as Maurizio's also looking for a move on Kyle, and I think he's going to get it here. And the Red Bull driver's into 5th place, and after having connection issues, I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. Adam Lapidge also looking for a move on his teammate, as there goes Owen Jameson down the inside, pushes Chris a bit wide there, but gets the move done, as everyone's scrapping over these final podium positions, while the front two are running away with it at the moment. And Caleb and Lasse just keeping it consistent, keeping it on the road, and it's working out very well for them as Anson sets the fastest lap of the race so far. in P8 currently. As not too far behind him is Jordan Bailey, who's about to pass the disconnected car of E2 as Yuri retires in the pit lane here on lap 23. Something else to note is Owen Jameson has caught a few attempts up to Lasse this lap, while the chasing pack all just staying as close as they can right now. Kyle seems to be struggling a bit, but he's got 30% battery, so he'll be able to use that. Same with Maurizio there, he was close, but seems to have made a mistake. Yuri's allies also drove back out onto the track. Brilliant. So, we continue onwards. Onwards to lap 24. Chris Free's going to try and get a move on Owen Jameson. Carl Mack heads to the pit lane. That's interesting. As Chris a bit deep into the corner.
Kyle has a lot of track position down to Anson, who is behind him, so he might just be going for the fastest lap of the race. Which might be the reason he let Adam pass before, because he wants
Chris
to get
there.
the extra point.
Very close to making a move on Owen Jameson, but Owen's just parking his car in the right place for this podium right now, which he just needs to keep doing. As right now, they are still catching back up to Lasse, who is all the time losing time to Caleb White, who I think Caleb's just hoping no safety car and a quiet race to the end as Chris Free sends a move on the inside of Owen Jameson. They're side by side coming into turn 12. This is an interesting place to go side by side, to say the least. As Chris sends a dive and
they've managed to keep it on track. Fair play to the lads. With Maurizio might be joining in the scrap now as well, with him catching up because of both of the drivers in front of him going side by side.
Maurizio gets a really good exit out that corner, and he's going to put the battery on and go past Chris Free here for fourth place.
Can he get a double?
He's going for it.
No, he won't.
And
yeah,
he might. He's going to go to the outside here on the hash driver of Owen Jameson. Can he get this move done? I don't think he quite can, but he is still close to the back of the hash. As Chris Free's now trying to re-attack and goes back up to fourth place. As he's going to send a dive on Owen Jameson, and that's contact on Chris's rein.
Spun.
And maybe a bit aggressive from the Ferrari driver there. As
Maurizio still being right at the back of Owen.
Dive bomb. Yeah, Maurizio is now the one on the attack. Chris didn't lose too much time. As Maurizio really trying to get past here for P3.
There's now a massive gap between the first and second position and the second and third. So if nothing unexpected is happening, I do believe Caleb will take this one. But let's see. There's still 3 laps and a bit left. Oh, that's Adam around. Adam spun in turn 13.
I think the old tyres are doing that, definitely.
Yeah, but he has a lot of time down to his teammate now, so he might just go for the soft tires, because surely he's lost.
I don't think he has enough to pit, or enough of a gap to pit as Maurizio on the outside. I think he's just going to take this move on Owen Jameson for P3. Owen Jameson's pulled out for a dive, and it almost looks like he's getting the Red Bull off the road nearly, as Owen Jameson, definitely not a driver afraid to go side by side here. He's fighting everything for this podium at the moment. As this race has been nothing but chaos.
Oh,
that was close, and that's going to lay Maurizio back through on Owen Jameson. As Maurizio's now got off track as well. Mistakes coming from literally everyone.
Take his position back. Will he get a better exit? Yes, he might. Side by side for turn 9.
He's gone deep, and that's a 3-second time penalty as well. And he's reined on the curb.
Carlos just retired in the pits. So now every finishing driver will now get a point. At least. Who has the fastest lap? I'm going to check it right now.
I believe it's Kyle.
I believe it's Anson, but it might be
is it?
Kyle, right.
It's Anson. It might actually be.
It is Anson with a 1:30.8.
Okay. That's Chris now fighting past Maurizio for the podium places. I think the front two with 8 mistakes. I think that's it for those guys. And well, they've been the ones who have kept themselves out of the incidents today. As I feel bad for Liam, unfortunately, as the steward for this tier. I would have felt bad for myself if I was still doing it this season, but my stewarding isn't as good as others is, so I'd rather leave it to the, I'm not going to say professionals, but people more competent than me at stewarding. And yeah, there's a lot to unfold after this race. The fights are still going on.
Lasse going from 13th to 2nd now, which is a great drive from the driver in the Ferrari. And with his teammate being in 3rd, it's looking really good for the Ferrari team.
Just saying, the incident report channel for for F2 can't be routed apparently.
That is up to Adam to fix later on because he made it. Yeah, I'll sort that out after the race.
Yep. So we are now with 2 laps to go.
Caleb has pulled out a big gap to his competitor in 2nd, which is looking really good for the Xbox driver in the Alfa Romeo.
How long is the report in 24 hours? Yeah, it is 24 hours, so you have enough time to get your reports done on other drivers. As the clock is ticking down now to the end of this race, which I'm sure some people will be happy about. Well, I think everyone will be happy about it. I'm interested to see how many reports there's going to be after this race. There's also a few notes I need to do here and there. Other than that, yeah, that's it. As we are soon to be coming on to the last lap then. Maurizio is 7/10 behind. I'll give heads up for reports, I have at least 5. If anything, that's a good thing. But because putting reports in, you know, we'll be able to give people penalties if they've obviously deserved them, and then
it will make them more cautious coming into similar situations.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's Jordan, right? I don't think Maurizio's close enough for this. 6 tenths back, yeah, no, not close enough.
For how long, according to the rule book, are you? For how long of the race do you have to drive before not getting? When you get points, like how long do you have to drive to get points?
You have
Is it 90%?
90% race distance for points.
Okay, because E2 is, as we all know, or you might have forgotten, being disconnected all race. And I was thinking if Carl is getting a point for the 10th position there with E2 being disconnected.
We'll have to see what is written in the rulebook about that one, specifically. I don't know if we updated the rule with, you know, people consistently attempting to get back in the lobby, issues, etc. That we will
still
be focusing on improving.
Yes,
yeah,
Maurizio is still trying to stay in the DRS zone, but it's quite hard for him with only 6% of his battery.
As Chris Free picks up a penalty.
Oh, that's a game changer. now Mauricio just has to stay within the 3 seconds to get his podium.
As coming around the final corner is Caleb White, who has absolutely run away with it.
A great drive from Caleb White, who is new to GRS for this season, and Mauricio
Lasse
is,
in
according to the
second.
game, getting the 3rd place, with Lasse in 2nd.
I've just noticed something interesting. All of the Steam drivers got beaten by all of the drivers on crossplay. The top 4 are from
Very
other platforms, and everyone else is Steam. Also, I'm asking a lot here. Can I tell on others I saw many crashes? If it directly impacted you, like you having to, avoid a collision, stuff like that, then yes, feel free to report stuff, as that will obviously need to be reviewed.
But if someone is just crashing in front of you, or yeah, something that is not impacting your own race, we're letting that incident be reported by the drivers actually being involved. So if they want to settle things on their own, they can, but if they want to leave it to the stewards, it's up to them, really. But sporting things like cutting the white line in pit entry or extending track limits, everyone is allowed to report, essentially. So that is mainly how our stewarding report system is working out.
So Caleb White, from 13th on the grid in the sprint, takes the win.
And he got a sprint win as well, I believe. Or am I completely wrong here?
I don't know. I think the grid's just messed up completely. Like the grid's not correct.
We restarted the lobby, so that's not necessarily true. We are. Who do you consider to be the driver of the day?
Caleb White kept out of the incident, had a very solid drive.
Caleb started 3rd, according to me.
We can get the race
according to you,
as well,
13th.
for anyone who wants to get penalties removed.
Yes.
There we go. So, if we take a look.
To sum it up, unfortunate for a lot of drivers being involved in incident and spinning out, but there was a really strong showing for our tier 3 drivers who had a really good face to fight with the drivers in Formula 2. Yeah. I don't really know what to say. It was an interesting one, to say the least.
Interesting, a lot of carnage, and I'm going to sort out this chat so people can actually make reports.
Yes, and I will say that my driver of the day, it's a difficult one. I don't know, maybe Caleb was the deserved driver of the day. It was a lot of up and downs for a lot of the drivers, which has obviously affected how you feel about the race. Right now, I am quite speechless talking about the race, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't really know what to say.
Send messages.
I hope everyone who watched has enjoyed the stream and my first time commentary, because this is the first time I've done this, so I might appear on the Formula 2 streams and maybe the old Formula 3 stream as well if it's needed, but I'm not a permanent commentator here in this league, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, I am currently looking through the permissions for this. Manage messages. Okay, that should be sorted. FD never fails to deliver, Adam said. I don't think I have the energy or time to do interviews fully. I do need to do something, unfortunately. I don't know how if people want to do interviews after that race. That was, well, there was a lot to unravel, and yeah.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello,
So,
Adam.
that is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you all for watching and for putting up with the quick intermissions we've had with, you know, just EA or the Codemasters game being, you know, what it is and being glitchy. But it's fine. I'm sure we'll learn more stuff, and forever we can just try and make this better and better each week. So, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.
Bye bye.